The happiest people romanticize their life because they know magic exists where they choose to find it. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Interlinked podcast. I am your host, Ray, and I'm so grateful that you're coming back for another episode. Or if this is your first time listening, welcome. We're already on episode 19, which I find fucking insane. But as always, thank you for tuning in. So, on the topic of things being fucking insane, how is it already the end of June? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I think time is flying. I feel like school literally just ended. I'm a teacher and we got out on May 29th, and I'm just baffled at how almost a whole month has gone by since then. Like, what? So, anyways, I want to check in and see how everyone is doing. As I mentioned, I am a teacher. Well, I was. Listen to the episode about me quitting my 9 to 5 to find out that I'm not anymore. Anyways, so we'll just say I'm a teacher, so we have summers off. Even if I was planning on going back next year, I still get summers off. So, summer is a drastic change. It's a huge impact on my schedule. I am always working. I usually would be bartending, still am right now. But I don't know what that looks like for you. So maybe your schedule is just continuing on, carrying on as usual. But regardless, there's clear differences, like the sun being out earlier, staying out later. Like, how are we doing? Are you taking advantage of the sun? What are your days looking like? How are your routines going? Are you feeling lazy? Are you feeling motivated? Are you spending time outside? Are you spending more time rotting in bed? Are you sleeping more, sleeping less? Like, what's the sleep schedule looking like? Are you making more time for physical activity? Are you making time for art? Are you reading? How is your diet? Like, all of these things, I'm just like, I'm asking myself these questions because my schedule is very different. But even if your schedule isn't different, you should still be thinking about these things because it being summer, that typically gives people a little bit more motivation. Like, think about how you are in the winter versus being able to wake up, the sun is out, wake up, throw on a tank top and shorts and be able to just walk out the house. Like, you don't have to worry about bundling up, being cold, waking up early to go scrape your car. Like, let's not forget how brutal and shitty winter can be. We need to have some appreciation and be a little bit grateful for the fact that, okay, maybe right now it's too fucking hot. Definitely is. But like, appreciate the summer, appreciate the light, appreciate the fact that you can go do things outside. That in itself is a blessing. Me personally, I am loving summer so far. I feel like I'm just treating myself to so many things right now. Like, oh, you want to get your nails done? Get them done, And I've gotten them done now twice, which is like crazy to even think, oh, what set am I getting next? I don't do that. So, treating myself has felt good. Getting nice meals, going out to dinner, if I want some clothes or whatever, like going thrifting, having the time to actually do that has just been so nice. Like, I'm not putting myself on the back burner right now. It's just purely like, what do I want to do? How do I want to spend my day? And I understand that this is a luxury and this is a privilege for sure. But regardless, whatever you're doing, just start to think like, we need to be taking advantage of the summer and appreciating the fact that you matter, your desires matter, and you deserve to treat yourself. I think it's wild too because I've literally been to so many pools already. Like, I swear some summers I'm like, I'm gonna be at the pool every day. Like, I'm gonna be so tan. And then summer happens and I'm like, bro, did you even go to a single pool? And I'll literally be sitting there racking my brain like, yeah, maybe once, twice. Sometimes I feel like it's like, no, the answer is literally no, which is insane to me. And I've always been like, people with pools are so selfish. Like, they don't let you come over, but it's there's so many pools. I personally have like a town pool. I recently started going to my friend's apartment pool, which has been nice. My dad lives in a development, so I've been going to his pool. You never know. Like there's people in your life that have pools, but you got to take advantage of it and ask like, "Hey, want to hang out, go to the pool?" Easy plans. You're literally relaxing and getting tan at the same time. Who doesn't love the pool? I've also been just doing a lot of activities. Like I went to the Greek Fest and I've been spending time at Lake Erie. Don't hate on it. Obviously, we're not really trying to get in the water, but having a beach day, this is our beach. If you live in Ohio, start romanticizing it. Yes, it's not Florida. Yes, this is not a fucking clear water, gorgeous scuba diving adventure, but you could bring a towel, you can pack snacks, and you can have a good time. I've also kind of just been going out a lot, like doing bar hops and like day drinking, which has been fun. Not to excess though. Like I've honestly been doing really well with it, but it's just fun to sit on a patio and like have a couple drinks and apps and then go somewhere else. We love that. I also just have to give a special shout out to my best friend Claire. I told y'all about the fact that I moved her here from Columbus. Well, I didn't move her here, but like I'd like to say she came here because of me. We were actually gonna move somewhere random, like we were looking at Philly, all these random spots. And then she was like, honestly, I haven't lived in Cleveland. Like, let me just try that out. So she's actually living with my dad, and if that's not best friending hard as fuck, I don't know what is. But yeah, so she's at my dad's house and we met when we were 10 years old because I lived in Columbus. So it wasn't like a crazy move, Columbus to Cleveland, but she is so adventurous, so spontaneous, and she's really been pushing me outside of my comfort zone to just go and do shit. Like making the literal most out of nothing. Oh, what's going on today? Let's go check this out. Let's go do this. And it's just, we just have fun going to the grocery store. Let's make it a movie night. Let's make it a charcuterie board day. Like anything that we want to do, it's like, oh, yeah, let's cook this recipe. And we've just been doing it. And it's so fun to just have somebody who's just as down as you are to go do literally whatever. So if you don't have somebody in your life like that, I hope that you find that person, or maybe you do and you just don't realize it. Like sometimes we have connections and we're like, oh, we're not that close, but maybe you just need to be the person that reaches the offer out. Like extend your hand and see if they bite. Hey, I'm going this place. Do you want to come with me? And just see if they say yeah. Like you never know. You might have a person in your life that is actually more down and more interested to hang out with you and build your connection than you even know. Maybe you just have to be the first one to do it. If you don't, though, get used to doing it by yourself. Solo dates, going out, enjoying your time. Have a little picnic by yourself. Who cares? You can be your own best friend too. It's crazy because I really haven't even had a chance to be bored. Like, when I think about last summer, I feel like there were so many times where I'm like, oh, this is why I can't do summer. Like, I have to have a schedule, I have to have a routine. I just fall off. I become so lazy. And this summer, it's like I actually don't have that. But if you have been feeling bored, that can also be a good thing. I think that we need to be bored more often, quite frankly. Being bored forces you to do something, and it forces you to make something out of nothing. Try to think from a kid lens instead of just going on TikTok or watching TV. What would your younger self do? What would you create? Like, I think about when I was a kid and I was bored, laying up in my bunk bed, hearing that owl noise. If you know, you know. But like laying in bed thinking, like, what can I do today? And going outside and building little mud pies and fairy houses out of sticks and going to the creek and like skipping rocks and lifting them up and seeing what kind of little critters are underneath. Like, let yourself be more kid like. Find an activity out of simply nothing. Go for a walk in your neighborhood. Do a craft. Watch a YouTube video and teach yourself how to do something. There's so much that we can be doing and learning and exploring. And instead, we're just like, oh, I'm bored. Let me scroll. And then 4 hours goes by and you're like, well, I'm hungry. Let me eat something. And then you scroll again and it's like, what did I even do today? What did I create? How did this day benefit me? What did I learn? What did I bring to action? How did something I did today prepare me for tomorrow? None of those things are going to be your reality if all you did was scroll on your phone. And I've always been an advocate of create more than you consume. And this is so true, especially when you're bored. Try to take that boredom and put it into action. Put it into your creativity. That is your superpower. I also think the reason that I haven't been able to be bored is I got a new job. I'm a barista and it's forcing me to wake up early as fuck. Like I literally set my alarm for 5:30 a.m. And why is it so easy? Why is it so easy to wake up? I'm just loving having an early start to my day. Like the alarm goes off, I turn it off and get right out of bed. And I don't know if, again, it's like, wow, it's sunny out, or if it's simply the fact that I don't dread going. I get in my car. I'm excited to do my little tasks when I get there. I'm excited to have the connections with my customers. And it's just straight vibes. Like I throw on a playlist when I get there, listening to music I like, doing a new skill, getting better at it. Like I've just really been enjoying this job. So on TikTok, I've been calling it barista school because I literally am treating the job like school, as I should. Any job that you get, what a privilege it is that one day you came in there and didn't know what the hell you were doing, and then suddenly you're seeing improvement, suddenly you're learning things, suddenly things are becoming easy and habitual. How cool is that? We're so much more capable than we give ourselves credit for. And it really is a boost to learn something new and to find yourself getting better at it. Whether that's a sport, whether that's a job, whether that's, learning guitar or how to roller skate, who cares? All of those things, once you put that practice in, you'll see it. You'll see the progress, and it's really rewarding to see yourself advance and become better at something that you once didn't know how to do. Like I said last episode, 18 minutes a day at any given skill puts you above the curve. It puts you ahead of 95% of people. Just keep reminding yourself, 18 minutes a day translates to roughly 100 hours per year. Flip that statement. 100 hours per year translates to roughly 18 minutes a day. Can you do 18 minutes a day? Can you put that time aside for a skill that you want to learn? I think we can all do that. Something else that's really been helping me is the fact that they literally just built a new gym 6 minutes away from my apartment. So now I actually have no fucking excuse. Like there's no I'm not feeling it. There's no I'm not in the mood. We just can't be doing that, because what do you mean you can't walk 6 minutes and get to the gym and go? I've been grinding, making content, just having fun with that, really trying to be myself, and just whenever I feel the urge to create, just creating. Because as I said last week, one of your guys' homework assignments was to create bad art. And a lot of that is just, maybe it's not bad, but maybe it's just like, okay, I'm just throwing this out there and seeing if the pasta sticks to the wall. Like it might not be the most revolutionary concept, but at least you put it out there. At least you wrote it down. At least you vocalized it. At least you posted it. Whatever it may be, at least you did that. So yeah, I've just been pushing myself to really romanticize and enjoy everything. I'm treating everything like a learning experience. I'm treating everything like a fun activity. And I'm just romanticizing summer. I'm bringing my visions to light, and I really just want to make sure that you guys are doing the same. And if you're not, I want to encourage you to do so with some helpful tips. So that's what we're doing today. One little side note I want to make is it's fucking summer, okay? There can be something that is offered to you every single day. Like oh, do you want to do this? Oh, do you want to hang out? There's going to be things that are going to be offered to you, and you should say yes. However, don't forget about your goals completely. Everything in moderation. Just because you went to the bar today and you went out and you had a good time, okay, maybe tomorrow you lock in and you go to the gym. The next day, maybe you missed your calorie count a little bit because you went to a cookout and you had all of these things. Don't feel guilty. Like, it's ebbs and flows. One day you might have a ton of junk food and sit by the pool. The next day you might have a healthy meal and you might meal prep and you might feel on top of the world. It does not mean you're a failure if one day looks different than the next. Let yourself enjoy your life, romanticize the hell out of this shit, and give yourself grace. As long as that grace doesn't look like falling into this huge pit of laziness and just rotting for weeks at a time, you should be good. Every day is going to look different, and that's what summer's about. So if you're not feeling hot, like you're literally just like, yeah, my summer has gone to shit, I've become lazy, it's too hot out, I don't want to do anything, I'm drained, I hate my job, all the things, I thought I would take this opportunity to lift you guys up and remind you that life will get away from you, but only if you let it. I don't know where you live, but for me in Ohio, we only get a couple months of sunshine, so it's time to start enjoying it. I know you're liking the AC, I know it feels good, I know it's refreshing, but you want to know what's even more refreshing? A nice ass pool day and a crisp bowl of fresh fruit. Yeah, that's refreshing to me. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're making a summer bucket list. So here's what you need. Get out a piece of paper or your journal, whatever it is. I'll wait. Okay, at the top, we're titling this Summer 2025 Bucket List. On the left-hand side, I want you to write the word alone. And then on the right-hand side, I want you to write with friends. Now, we're going to draw a line down the middle, and I want you to start listing things out. Okay? You can go on TikTok, you can go on Pinterest. I'm going to read you some of mine to give you inspo from me, but there's inspo everywhere. Okay, so on my left-hand side, under the alone category, some of my examples are make connections, watch good movies, read 3+ books, skateboard often, make a scrapbook/photo album, upcycle something, sell my clothes on Depop, start doing your own nails again, travel to 3+ locations, get tan as fuck at the pool, get a new tattoo or piercing, create daily, clean out the camera roll, declutter your space, grow your podcast, prioritize journaling, meditating, yoga, etc., spa day, learn new skills, long bike rides, go for runs, and yeah, I could keep going, but that's my alone side. Okay, you get the gist. Now, on the other side, like I said, this one is labeled with friends. So some examples I have for that are go cliff jumping, do a murder mystery, do beer Olympics/field day, go to Put-in-Bay, go camping, do an escape room, have a boat day, do a paint and sip/picnic, go to a drive-in movie, wear wigs in public, do a mystery box cook-off, go on a road trip, have a movie marathon, pull an all-nighter, do a barbecue/grill out, have a PowerPoint night, have a Lego/game night, go to a concert, have a photo shoot, do a wine tasting/vineyard, go to a pool party. Okay, you get the gist. You can make this as fun and crazy and wild, or you could keep it as chill as you want it to be. This is your bucket list. So put things on there that you're actually going to do. But don't be afraid to put some risky things. Like, let's get out of our comfort zones. So as an added bonus, you can also make this into like a summer challenge to do with your friends. So if you want to have more risky items, you can actually make them worth point values. And whoever has the most points at the end of the summer wins. I don't know. You could do it for money. You could do it for an item, whatever you want to do. Like it could just literally be a case of beer. Who cares? But some examples I have for this are run a 5K, 10K, etc., get a matching tattoo with a stranger, go on a random boat, safely, of course, go a week without your phone, fake a proposal, go to an open mic night and perform. And those are some of the ideas that I have. But I think that you could get really crazy with this, or once again, you can keep it chill depending on, the level of crazy that your friends are willing to go to too. But also, it's worth point value, so just make it less points if it's less risky. You'd be surprised at what a little competition can do to kind of nix that fear that you have in the back of your head. Like, oh, I'm going to get 30 points to do this. I'm down. So whether you decide to do this summer bonus point challenge thing, the list in itself that I just told you to create, you could make this into an event. Make this something you check off your bucket list immediately. Get together with your friends and literally create a poster of this. You can treat this like a vision board, but for summer. So you can add pictures, you can put, all of these checklist items in different colored markers. You can draw little icons, like go to the beach, put a little seashell. This can be as cutesy and as fun as you want to make it. But the main thing is you need to be able to see it. Like, we're not just going to do this and then shove the paper in my nightstand and never look at it again. This is a summer bucket list. We're doing it this summer. This is not summer 2026. This is not summer 2027. This is not, oh, what I'm doing before 2025 ends. No, this is summer only. So we need to make it visible. Hang it up someplace that you frequent on the daily. Whether that's above your sink, that's where I put my vision board. Put it near your bed. I don't care. Put it on your ceiling. Every morning you wake up, you stare directly at it. I personally might just do that myself. Make it visible. Part of romanticizing life is being more childish. So if you listen to this and you're like, oh my God, a fucking summer bucket list, really? We got to get out of that mindset. We really do, because that just says a lot about how you go through your life on the daily. Like, you may just be judging people. You may just be critiquing others when you are too scared to do something, or you couldn't see yourself ever doing that. That might be popping in your head if you're thinking that a bucket list is stupid, okay? Because I don't care. I think it's fun and I enjoy life because of things like this. Be more crafty, be more creative, and have goals. Essentially, this bucket list is literally just goals. So if you don't want to frame it as a bucket list and you want to put summer goals and be more type A about it, that's okay. That's okay too. Like, at least you're trying, at least you're making a step in the right direction. But I just want you to look at your life in more of a positive light and know that each day that you wake up, it's a blessing. What a blessing it is to wake up and have another day to attack my summer bucket list, to go to the library, to go for a run, to read a book. It sounds so simple, but in reality, most of us just spend the day scrolling. So reminding yourself that, hey, there's actually way more to do than just sit on my phone. That is something that I personally need. So maybe somebody else needs that. Maybe you need that. And not to scare you, but we're approaching July. So, we're 6 months into the year, 6 months left to go. How is your vision board looking? Did you ever make one? Like, January just feels so long ago to me. I feel like I was a different person. I feel like so many other things were going on in my life. I was just in a completely different mindset, a completely different energy. And so for me, I'm just thinking like, this is the perfect time to reflect. Did you create any New Year's resolutions? How are those going? And I hope that your journal is still out, because we're actually going to add in another page now. So I'll give you a second for that. Okay, at the top of this one, you're going to title it Reflections of 2025. We're going to be going through each month and writing down our accomplishments. To help you with this process, what I want you to do is open your camera roll. A lot of us, we take pictures. That's how I personally know what I did in a month, because I'm like, oh, yeah, I went to this concert. Oh, yeah, I went to this dinner. Oh, I had this event. Oh, yeah. Like, I just look through my camera roll, and that's kind of how I know what I did. It's either going to relieve some stress if you recognize, wow, like, I've actually done a lot. Or on the other hand, it might actually light a fire under your ass to lock the fuck in, because some of you might be looking through your camera roll like, dang, what? I didn't do anything. So head to January, and what I want you to do is start jotting down things that you're proud of yourself for. And these don't have to be paragraphs, bullet points are fine. But just start going through. Move on to February, then move on to March, move on to April, until you finish up June. And we still have some time to go, so leave a little bit of room. But what I want you to do is plan on updating this every month. So for me, I kind of recognize how many bullets I did for each month and just accounted for that with the rest of the year. And I need to do better at doing this every month, because at this point, we reflecting 6 months later, like we got to reflect more often, you know? I mentioned this last episode, but when you create goals, how good is your goal if you don't even check up on it? Make that goal something that you regularly and routinely reflect on. How else are you going to know if you're doing well, if you're accomplishing it, if you don't check back in? Again, I'll give you guys some ideas. So for January, I made my vision board. It's wild to think it's been 6 months since I did that. When I told you this is a fire under your ass, if you're feeling like, oh, I didn't do enough, it's a fire under my ass to realize that I made that vision board 6 months ago, because there's a lot that I still need to do. So reflection and checking up on your goals, definitely, definitely necessary. But I gotta say, January was a huge month for me. I mean, I started my podcast. I started 75 Hard, which, if you don't know, that was reading, that was working out twice a day, one of those workouts being outdoors, sticking to a diet, no alcohol. I was also doing snowboarding club. You know, I had that whole car accident situation where my car got totaled, but the positive of that, paid for a new car cash. Like, that's something to be proud of. You know, February rolled around. I started making art. I became a flag football coach. Prior to that, I didn't even know how football worked. Like, that is literally never something I would have ever thought I would do, but it was a challenge. And ultimately, I did it because I wanted to learn, just like the barista thing. I wanted to learn how to be a barista, and I treated it like school. In this case, wanted to learn how football worked. Honestly, just wanted to be more involved, wanted to coach anything at this point. And so I did it, and it was a challenge, but I learned that shit. And now I know how football works. So that's an accomplishment. March was a big month for me. I finished Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, and that book literally changed my life. I have a leg sleeve tattoo of it that happened in April, but you know, thinking about when I was reading that book and then finishing it, and how alive and passionate and just changed I felt after it, that was huge. That was a huge accomplishment, and it was a huge milestone for me. I also took my first solo trip in March. That was huge for me, you know, becoming more okay with being alone and knowing that I can have fun by myself, and I'm capable of navigating this life and this world by just building connections with strangers and exploring whatever the hell I want to do. Getting more confident with making decisions on the fly and, you know, being more decisive. That was a huge thing that I learned from that trip. And, you know, I talked all about that in whatever episode my solo trip was, but that is something I highly recommend. Then we go to April, and I finally dyed my hair brown again. That was something I really wanted to do for the longest, and like, we went for it. You know, when you look at your camera roll and you physically see how you've changed, it's like the appearances are the things that you're going to notice most. Like, oh, I dyed my hair brown, but you know, me getting that tattoo, that was like, oh, I got a tattoo, but in reality, that is a symbol of my life, my mindset being changed by a book that I read and by these teachings. And so it can bring up memories of things that you've done or mindset shifts that you kind of forgot that you had. May was a big month for me because I found out that I got accomplished in my teacher rating, which is the highest rating to get in your evaluation. So that was huge. All for me to just, quit my job after that. But that also I'm proud of myself for because change is not easy. Everybody knows that. Everybody wants to quit their job. Well, not everybody, but like a lot of people want to quit their job, and they can't. They're stuck. They're complacent. They're comfortable. And I didn't hate my job. I just know that I'm meant for more. So me quitting my job was literally like, yo, I trust in you. I trust in your visions and you're going to make them a reality, whatever it takes. So that for me, huge accomplishment. I don't even care what else I did in May, but that was the main one. And I feel like I told y'all a lot about my June so far. So, this new barista job, that's something I wanted to do forever. I'm really excited and loving that. And I'm just vibing. So, like I said, writing this stuff down is really going to show you everything that you've done, and I want you to take note on how you feel about that. Are you proud? Are you thinking you've not done enough? Or are you like, actually, look at how far you've come? If you got out of a toxic relationship, if you were able to move out, if you were able to, get an A in some class that was really hard for you, whatever it is, feel accomplished in the things that you've done. Take note of them, reflect, recalibrate yourself. There is so much value in that. Some of you might be looking through your camera roll like, dang, what? I didn't do anything. And maybe this is flawed because you're not somebody that takes pictures, but ultimately, I mean, you would kind of know if you did something in some other capacity. Like if you don't take pictures, I don't know how you know what you did, honestly. Because like I said, that's how I'm knowing, unless it really stands out to me. But if you're realizing I really didn't do anything these past 6 months and we're halfway through 2025, it's time to lock in. It's time to start planning, have some goals. This bucket list is a good place to start because at least for the next 2 months, you have plans, you have things that you want to do. And then after that, you can reevaluate. You can look and see, hey, did I actually accomplish these things? How was my summer? Like this is the best time of the year. If I didn't enjoy it now, what am I going to be doing come fall? I'm just going to be creating excuses. Oh, it's too cold. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I have too much going on. Oh, work sucks. Like suddenly when the weather starts to get colder, everything seems worse. So I'm telling you right now, if we can't set out a summer bucket list and accomplish the goal of, going to the pool, that's fun. Go to the pool more often. Like we're setting out to do fun things so that later we can look back and be like, okay, I was able to test my limits, push myself out of my comfort zone and do fun things. So now I feel like, yeah, I can do the hard things. Daily gratitude journaling and to-do lists are my best friend and they can definitely assist with the process. So again, this whole episode is seeing the good in life, romanticizing your life, having a happy life. To do that, you need to appreciate where you're at right now. You need to appreciate everything that's working in your favor at this very moment. You need to appreciate having a bed to sleep in, having a job, having a stable home, having food in your fridge, having books to read, having pens and markers and paper to be able to color. Like some people genuinely don't have this shit. Appreciate it. Again, so much of changing your mindset and changing your attitude about life is work. It requires constant work and reevaluation and understanding your limiting beliefs and speaking positive things into the world and practicing on that law of detachment. And it's a lot of work. So what I want to give you is some affirmations that at the very least you can repeat in your daily life. You can repeat these in the morning. You can repeat them after a long day of work. You can repeat them before going to bed. I'm going to put these in the show notes as well so that you actually have something to look at because I'm a visual learner and I could say them to you, but I'd rather have them written out so I can just read them. So I'm going to assume y'all would appreciate that too. Okay, so here we go. I romanticize everything because that's how I see the world. I let joy be my guide instead of allowing fear to lead the way. I am limitless. I am full of love and light. I see the beauty in every situation. Every detour is an upgrade in disguise. Every time the sun rises, I get a chance to do the things that I love. I am ambitious and eager to learn. My creations are valuable and one of a kind. I exist to please my inner child. I am lucky to be alive. I am spontaneous and willing to take risks. I am excited about everything. This summer belongs to me. So, to recap, if you want to, rewind back to the beginning of the episode and check in with yourself. Ask yourself those questions. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How's your diet? How are your routines going? All of those questions, literally check in. Don't live your life on autopilot. I've said this multiple times, but to me, that's the worst way to live. Live in the present moment and truly feel everything about this life. Feel your emotions, feel your experiences, feel your passions, feel your intuition, and just move through that. Move with that. Make that summer bucket list. Again, if you want to make it into a fun activity, plan a day to hang out with your friends and do it together. Make it into a poster, make it into a vision board, whatever you have to do. Just don't put it in a drawer somewhere. Put it somewhere where you can see it and get excited because there's still so much summer left to live. As for that second prompt, make sure you're journaling your accomplishments. So remember, you're writing down January to June. You're writing down all of the things that you're proud of yourself for, the things that you're grateful for, and taking note of that. Push yourself to start a daily gratitude practice, whatever this looks like. So if that's in your notes app, if that's in your journal, if that's putting sticky notes in a jar, whatever it takes, write down what you're grateful for. I'm going to say with 100% guarantee, you are going to feel so much better about your life and you are going to romanticize everything because every little thing is a blessing. And sometimes we don't take note of that enough. Repeat those affirmations again if you want to throw them in a journal, if you want to say them in the mirror, if you want to say them in the shower, wherever you got to be, maybe driving in the car, put them on a paper and just stick that paper again somewhere where you can see it and just repeat it whenever you're kind of looking in that direction, whether it's right next to your TV or by your computer or on your ceiling. Like I said, it's a great spot. Don't knock it till you try it. Put it somewhere where you can see it. And again, I'm going to end with that quote. The happiest people romanticize their life because they know magic exists where they choose to find it. This is a choice. It's a lifestyle, it's a mindset, and it's a shift that's going to require work. But if you want to change your reality, it all starts with a positive mind. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. I hope that you found it useful and insightful, and I hope that it just made you excited about summer because you should be excited. Whether your routines are the same or different, you can still make time to have a good time because once again, tomorrow is not promised. So make sure you're living in your truth. Make sure you're living well. Make sure you're exploring. Make sure you're pleasing your inner child, all the things. Always make time for that and never neglect yourself. You'll be with you till the end. Thanks so much for listening. If you guys do make some type of list in a cute format, even if it's not cute and you want to show me it, I would love to look it over. And, I'm just rooting for you as always. So have the best summer. I'm sure I'll be talking about something summer related soon, but enjoy, make the most of your time, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.